beautiful healer, we need to talk. My guess is that you have been going after your dream life, your purpose, and you've come a long way, but it feels like things are stagnating. And if you identify as a healer, then I know this can be especially painful because you know that you are meant for more. But the truth is you are not going backwards. You are just at the moment before your breakthrough. So today I wanted to talk about why healers struggle just before they reach success. Why they go through this dip before this big spike in abundance, purpose, peace, freedom. And then also talk about how to speed up this phase so you can get to this dream life of yours. Because where you are right now, where things feels hopeless and you've done a lot of work, but it just doesn't seem to pay off, this is where most healers give up, unfortunately, when they are so close. So don't let that be you. The first thing that is happening is that you are outgrowing your identity, your old self. And you've done that. That's great. You know that that's no longer you. And that's awareness. Awareness is the first step, so important. But now it comes time to shifting into the new, empowered, soul-aligned version of you. And you have one step in your old life and one step in your new life. And the reason why it's so hard to take that full step into the empowered version of yourself is because before you were identifying as the seeker. You're healing, you're growing. But now you're being asked to step into becoming a leader, taking charge of your life, having impact. And that shift is really uncomfortable for the ego because it's unfamiliar. So the ego tries to pull you back into the old version because that feels familiar, not because this new path is wrong. And one reason that I'm filming this video, it's not only for you guys, but for myself as well. I have done this many times where I've been in my old life, it was comfortable, but then eventually I broke free. But I have this again where I'm feeling this new growth phase coming in. I'm seeing all these signs that I should start a podcast, but I'm feeling this resistance from the ego. I'm used to just doing one-on-one with you guys, just through the camera, to start to interview people. It's a new format, it's scary. So I feel you. We're all going through this. And by the way, let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in a podcast and who you would want as a guest. Reason number 2 why this happens is because you have reached your upper limit. There's an upper limit how much success, abundance, change that your nervous system can hold, or rather it feels safe holding, because it can hold more. It's just a mindset shift. And when you start breaking this upper limit, you're met with resistance, like procrastination, self-sabotage, overthinking, questioning your entire path. And not because you're not aligned, but because now you finally are. And it's so unfamiliar. Reason number 3 why healers struggle just before a breakthrough is because many healers have a fear of being seen. And let me know in the comments if this is you, because it means being judged, being misunderstood. And my guess is you've had plenty of that throughout your life, in school or in your family. I was the black sheep in my family. So even though you might want visibility, you are associating it with danger. And especially healers, because you have very likely had past lifetimes where you stood up to the authorities and as a reward, you got your head chopped off. And eventually the soul just starts learning, let's just not be seen. But now you're finally in a period of time where it's safe to be seen. But you're scared because you have been punished before. So right before things are about to take off, you slow yourself down. That's where I'm at now. Reason number 4 is that this is a test. Okay, you are coming in full force with something that you're not 100% confident about, not 100% sure about how it's gonna work out, how it's gonna look like. But you have to do it anyway. You have to trust your path without the validation. And the sad thing is that most people don't. They interpret the discomfort as a sign to stop. And they give up and they go back to their old ways. And then on their deathbed, or halfway through their life, they just wished that they had gone after their dream life and hadn't been so scared about what other people think. And if you're not sure what your calling is, then I have a free guide, I've linked it in the description, on how to find your purpose in 5 simple steps. Now it's time for the good part. How do you actually move through all this shit and get to the other side? First, normalize it and know that this is just how it is, how it works with your ego, with your soul. It will just be some resistance there from the ego, and the first step is just being aware of that this is normal. The second thing you need to know is that you need to show up even if you don't feel like it. Like, your stars will never align. It will never be like, oh, now I'm feeling so motivated to step into my purpose or my dream life or doing what it takes to get there. So just take messy action and you will learn and get more confident as you go. Third, simplify. Oh my gosh, this is such a key for spiritual people, to simplify. It makes every area of your life better, including when it comes to success. So let's say, for example, that you're a healer and you've taken this healer certification and you're ready to take on new clients, but you feel overwhelmed. What type of product should I create? And I would say keep it simple. Pick one transformation that you would feel the most confident taking people through. For example, if you're very passionate about anxiety, because you overcame anxiety through Reiki and you have this Reiki certification now, then create one program, one online program where you help people on how to do Reiki for anxiety, or a 4-session Reiki package and you do Reiki on a person who has anxiety. Rather than launching a book, trying to grow big on Pinterest, doing a retreat, doing a membership, you're then gonna have to work so hard, taking lots of action in different directions, getting you nowhere. Trust me, I've been there. I removed all my products except one, Nomad Freedom Academy, my core offer. And in there, I teach you exactly how to create a successful mid-ticket to high-ticket product and how to bring traffic to it through YouTube. So that way you don't have to learn paid ads or pay for paid ads. It's a simple business model, but it's so effective. I haven't needed a job in over 8 years now. It's the best, especially for healers and empaths. Because a soft life is your birthright. Write it in the comments. A soft life is my birthright. You need that as a healer, a soft life, because otherwise you can't help other people. You need to fill your cup first. And if you're interested in joining my program or learning more, then definitely book a free business clarity call, link in the description. Listen to this closely. You are not off path. You have not gone astray. You are right where you need to be. You are so, so close to the breakthrough, to the success, to the dream life that you've always wanted. So hang in there. Don't run back to your old life. You can do this. I've done this multiple times. Leaving my 9-to-5 job to become a business owner, everybody doubted me. I moved to several different countries, started a new life over and over again. It is possible. So let's push through to our dream life, to our calling. If you want to know what I think is the best business model for healers, where I really go into detail in a long video, then check out my video, Best Business Models for Spiritual People. It's somewhere around here or in the description. Love you and see you in the next video.